Alright, yeah. I'll put my burgers here in a little bit, but... Alright, GenG, HLE. GenG has been just dominating, but... HLE is able to come together sometimes and, like, pull out some really amazing stuff, so... This is gonna be a really good game. Good series. Are they doing best of 1 or best of 3? I know it's LCK, they might just do best of 1. But, I mean, Doran, Peanut, Chovy, Pays, Delight. Pays, Delight, I'm not sure about that. Kingin, Clid, Zika, Viper, Life, Coach, Dandy, and Mowgli. Alright, bands coming out. Caitlyn, Lucian, Varus, Annie, Elise. Makes sense. Top players for these people are not necessarily being chosen. They're just kind of going for the basics right now, which is fair, simple. Nobody's trying to pull off anything crazy yet. There goes the Zeri. Yep. Sorry. Like I said, I got a couple little things I gotta mess with.
The amount of pick and level 6 spike, I think for them is a lot stronger, right? Zeri, Lulu, we know how good they are.
Oh, this isn't even updated.
Plus the pick potential that Cassante and
but obviously HLE is here.
But if you
T1 beat KT in a crazy game. So GenG will go against T1 if they win this game.
But you manage to kill a Frost Giant with that, then you're feeling really, really good. Absolutely. This is going to be your GenG composition. Pays on the hyper carry in his debut in LCK Best of Fives. Very interested to see how the young player is going to perform up against, a few veterans here, a few world champions on this side as well. Let's jump onto the rift here for game number 1 between GenG and Homo Life Esports.
Alright, game 1 starting. Yeah, game 1, so we are going to have a series. I just had to check, nobody got the early kill.
Very unexpected here. Probably going to go for red buff into a top gank, and Doran and King are aggressively.
Zeri's got 5 more CS than Zaya. Oh, her wave's coming at her. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually like
should be okay.
Gone towards this vertical jungling type style. Hopefully,
alright.
King will get word that he shouldn't be too far.
Hold on, got a possible early gank. Clid coming down with Sejuani, both buffs, looking strong. I think they know, obviously they have the ward back there, but Pays is acting like he doesn't care, and it doesn't matter. He's gonna have to walk off and waste some time. GenG, I would say out to a very, very small lead. Alright, nobody do anything.
Well, Life isn't aware yet that the red buff was taken, but we'll find out shortly.
Life be going down there as Life is getting very aggressive. Delight already burning. A few more autos will do it as Life is in trouble. The polymorph timing just too good, and Life oversteps his bounds.
Yeah, I don't think you should be trying to hard all in with Zaya Rakan.
Oh yes.
Alright, I see that we dropped a kill bot lane. Zeri took it out on Rakan. That's a big start. That little bit just turned into an actual bit. It's all about momentum. It's all about the team's confidence. You can pick whatever champions you want, but if you have the last 3 plays went in your favor, the next one, there's unspoken rules about not rules, unspoken variables that lead to that being more successful. Alright, let's see what happened here. So, Rakan went in, tried to get an early jump on him. Zaya did some good stuff. Man, the heal. Almost. Oh, but the polymorph. Wow. Good move by the Lulu. Solid moves, Delight. Alright, no more kills have happened. Everything's looking okay. Sorry about that. Cool. Okay, so Zaya caught up in CS, but down a kill. Rakan's grabbing CS. Lulu must not have an item now. She's got the other item. So Rakan's helping. So really Zaya's down. Talia, Ari, our mid, even. We got a little fighting in the jungle here. Oh, 2v2. GenG thinks they could take it with a third coming in and down on health to begin, and the ignite goes off. It's just enough. There it is. Peanut to finish it off. Going in on Clid now. Maybe get a second kill out of it. Chovy comes in to seal it off. Oh, and what? Pays said, no, that's not enough for me. I can get Viper too. Here he goes. Delight gives him a little buff, a little speed, little attack, little more, and he jumps. That's gonna do it. Oh, GenG. Oh, and the top lane is going off. Wow, what a couple plays there to really seal this early game for GenG. Oh man, alright, here with Hades. This game's going off. 4-0, GenG just took the lead. Now they're just destroying and taking every part of the jungle they want. It's only 12 minutes in. Zika just broke the charm with the cleanse. Is that what I just saw? Good move, yep. Alright. Going in on the dragon early. Pays is really kind of got a lot of energy. Can't believe he was able to pull off that extra kill on the Xayah at the end of that jungle engage that went so wrong for HLE. Yeah, GenG is up almost 4,000 in gold right now. This is definitely going to be problematic for them. Wow, I can't believe that. Well, HLE is still a good team, but they really need to now make some very, very good plays and smart decisions. Sending Viper by himself with 3 people bottom, not 4 people bottom, not the smartest idea. But they do need to retake their jungle, capture vision back in the river. This could be a jump. Nope, that'll be fine. The game is stabilized. HLE has a chance now to reset, push back, try to get a pick, stay healthy, and stay up in CS. But right here, Doran's under turret with him. Zika's going to come in to try to help. Doran don't think he can do it, and there you go. HLE, good play, Zika, in the right place, the right time there to help the top laner avoid a 5-0 start to this game. So that puts him back in the game, back chance here to actually get something going. You know, I like competitive sports. I like games. I like, you know, skill. So I want to see this be a good game. If it means that Pays goes in and gets a triple kill, that's what it means. If it means HLE sneaks top right here, and this was a great play by Zika. Came the second he saw that turret dive. And let Jax get the kill too. Alright, GenG's gonna grab the first turret down there at the bottom. They got the first turret, first dragon, and they already got a Rift Herald. Okay. Peanut's going in, but that's just a little fake out. GenG just wants to secure the Herald for themselves, which they will. HLE is a little bit too far behind to stand up to where they are right now. They need to be able to pick out somebody. Essentially, GenG needs to now make mistakes. You never want to be on any team in any position where the other team now needs to make a mistake for you to win. That sucks. Even if you're as good as they are, even if you're a little better, if they put themselves in a better position and there's just not enough game left, there's plenty of game left, but the way that things are going, oh, TP in on there just to make sure it wasn't worth it. He canceled the TP. Zika's just going to have to take a death for that. That's the exact kind of plays you cannot be making right now. That was a wasted TP, reset, and a death. And now they know they can just pressure bottom lane again. They were going to probably rotate mid and let Ari go, and nope. Now this is where we're at. They're going to go under turret dive on Viper Babe? No? Okay. Goes another turret. That was quick. Alright, ward placed over the wall by Rakan. They're getting a little vision here, but they're using those Hextech gates to get around really well. GenG's stealing the jungle. I can't believe those Hextech gates are in ranked. They really shouldn't be. What's the point? You're telling me your map needs portals on it? I don't know. I don't particularly care for the portals, but it is what it is. Everybody has equal ways to use them, supposedly, although it seems more beneficial to blue side, but that's just my opinion. All right. Hoop, let's get that off. Well, GenG's really not letting up and letting HLE get anything going here. We've got one kill on their side on Jax, who can't really contribute to any of these team fights. And he's not even doing as well in CS. He's going to lose out to Cassante every time. So GenG's looking to group up mid here, take a dragon, maybe a turret. This is going to be HLE's chance to maybe find an opportunity. This Herald's going to go in, hit that turret. They're going to really push for that. You knew they were going to push for that. There you go. It's too late. You're going to lose the turret now, and the fight is meaningless. So they needed to react a little faster there and decide, are we going to let them have it, or are we going to fight it off? People act too much in professional games like they don't know what the Herald does, like how much damage it can do. If you were trying to defend a turret, it's a very predictable amount of damage. That was clear that you were going to have some health left, and they were going to need to take it out. And if you were there the second it hit, you know, not in the way of it getting CC'd, but just there to help fight off the attackers, you would have been able to get it. But now they're going to get a dragon as well. They're up 6,000 gold. When Baron spawns in a minute, that's going to be a big fight. It's going to be HLE's last chance. If they can steal Baron, what are you doing? Yeah, get out of there. If they can steal Baron away, make a play out of it, they can win this game, but this game is going to be over pretty soon if something doesn't happen. The way things are going, GenG doesn't even have to make any unique plays. They just have to play standard gameplay. Now they're ahead by 6,000 gold still. I really like Talia's reworked status from her original conception. The way she can absorb her rings on the ground and shoot a more powerful Q rock out. That makes her such a more useful character, especially in laning. Alright, we're posturing around the Baron. There's wards heavily by blue side. GenG has vision everywhere. HLE has vision in their own jungle, but they don't have vision in the river or really. They have one ward on Baron, but it's being blocked by a pink. So, what are you guys going to do? You going to bring it in here and you're going to try to challenge? Jax is looking down bottom river, wondering if there's any plays to be made. He's going to try to find the Cassante. He might just go in on him. But GenG's setting up here. Yeah, that's alright. He's going to get away fine. But Jax Cassante bottom lane. Here we go. This is going to be a fight. King's going in. Doran, I guess we're not going to watch it. This fight's not going to happen. That's pretty clear. So maybe go check out on the bottom. I'm wondering what's happened down there. Jax and Cassante still going at it. But they're kind of split up. Cassante is low on health. He's not fighting them anymore. Yeah, there it is. Thanks for showing us the end of the fight. So we're posturing for the Baron again. They're looking for their top laners to maybe join the fight or to start it so that they can jump in. Both have teleport up, so they're basically there. HLE is actually taking posture position over Baron better right now. Clearing out some wards, not bad. It's just small victories, is what matters right now. But there's a 3-man collapse on the Baron. I think that's going to lead to an attempt, especially with Rakan recalling. But Talia's still up top with Sejuani. They're both going to watch it, make sure nothing happens there, and I don't think anything will. No, they're not going to do it yet. So right now we've got a lot of stalling. HLE's hopefully been using this time to CS and catch up a little bit, which the Jax has done. Sejuani has done. Talia is a little behind. Zaya is a little behind. Rakan is, he's doing well for himself. Alright, so GenG's pinging out Baron, seeing that they want to do it maybe. Actually, they're just letting them know that they HLE warded it up. Zika's trying to start it and hurt Chovy. A little smack and back. Peanut and Clid. This is really stable right now, but how much longer? I guess what HLE's trying to do is force GenG to make a play when they're in not a perfect position, which if they just do everything in perfect position, they'll win this game. So HLE's doing a good job of forcing them into a non-optimal positioning in order to have to take something like the Baron or the next Drake. Although they really do need to get a little more wards down in the Drake if they are going to defend against that, which they should, because they need every opportunity to find mistakes. They can't allow to give over objectives and towers and kills to GenG for nothing. They need to take some stuff here. I mean, the mid turret's not even down yet. Bottom turret's not even down yet. There's some essential things that need to happen on HLE's side before any real plays can be made. But looks like they're making the final move to go down toward the dragon and ward it up, get some vision. But GenG is right on it. They're going there too. So they know they've cleared out vision in the little bush. They're hoping to find a pick, but that's not going to happen. They might even let them start it. Wait till Wukong gets there. Yeah, here comes Peanut. Gonna ward over the wall, but they have started the dragon. Is GenG gonna let him just take it? I think Peanut might just go for a steal. Is that the team's plan? And no, they're gonna let him have it. All right, well, a generous decision by GenG to allow HLE a dragon, but maybe in exchange for a turret. So if a second turret goes down, like it's probably going to. Oh no, he might avoid going for it. Oh, he's gonna let Chovy get it. Yeah, 2 turrets for a dragon, maybe not worth it, but it's again a play you can make. It was better than just defending your turrets, letting them take the dragon. It was better than, doing nothing and letting them take both. So you made the middle play. Although I don't think they could have done much against those turrets there. Maybe had one person back. Oh, HLE, what are you doing? You can't just be jumping into a hex gate into a jungle with no wards. You just effectively face checked. Come on now, that's. And then they're gonna go right into Baron and play off your mistake and take the most valuable objective on the map. Now you're gonna be forced to send all your units to go defend this. Luckily the lanes are stable. But you're going to need to pull off a 4v5. Somebody's going to have to get in there and make this play. You're going to really use your ultimate on Chovy? Okay, they want to fight instead of Baron. They'd rather just ace. And they might just do it here. HLE, what are you doing? King in, nice stun, jump out. Zika's getting out. People trying to scramble, but it's not going to happen. Zika might live. Oh, and he's using the Zhonya's stopwatch, not bad. And it's not enough. Rakan gets melted instantly. And finally, Jax is down. And you guys just cost yourself some huge shit. Yes, good job, Viper. You got that mid turret and the second one that's 3 steps away. But now Baron is definitely going to be captured. Another 4 kills added to there. This is not good. This game's over for HLE. Unless some crazy plays get made. But nobody has even the itemization or the gold to make these crazy plays. So I'm going to have to say good luck on that. Let's take a look at this replay. He just went right in. it's just a mistake. And then Clid going in too, no big deal. But then, yep, over here at the Baron, well, I don't know why Clid decides to do that and send the ult over to there. That he could have at least thrown it where he was standing because he knew they were going to come over the wall, or throw it into the Baron pit. And then Jax was not able to escape. Zika had just an unfortunate, yeah, tried to stop it, but Dorn being right there, ADC coming in, blown everybody away. I mean, we're on how many kills for Pays? 6-0. Yes, there is almost 1,000 golden bounties, but it's, I mean, again, now you're almost 10,000 gold behind. And the Baron buff is still up for another 2 minutes. I mean, if I was GenG, I would try once to push it down middle and not give it like 90%, because allow yourself to back off, but you could theoretically end this game right now. You're so far ahead. This is about as far ahead as you're going to be. The longer this game goes out, it's just going to get closer. They did kind of give it a shot there, but they're not finding a good space to move in with their minions. Cassante is bringing the top lane up forward. That'll help, but it might be too late. No, they're holding off. They're gonna stay. This is good play. This is smart by GenG. Put like heavy pressure on them right now. Keep them out of everything. All right, and one of these towers they gotta focus on. Nice move on the top lane there, taking out Zika early. That's gonna be top tower down easy. They're gonna have to rotate and cover mid tower, but just get the inhib. Don't worry about the towers for now. In fact, again, if you want, push them back, zone it out, go for the next tower, go for the inhib, go for the nexus. You got it. Here comes Peanut slapping in. Pays doing some damage. You can't stop him. He's a madman. Hit. Here we go. Delight's going down. Chovy's fighting him out. Come on. Oh, there comes the Sejuani ult, but it's not enough because Rakan goes in. Oh, and then Pays is going to use the ult. Damage is coming out from every direction. Xayah tries to stop. Xayah does stop it, but it's not enough because Peanut and the rest of the team come in and finish her off. And now Kingin and Life are running is for their life, but it's not going to be enough. They could just turn around and finish the Nexus right now. They are going to fight it out the honorable way. Doran's going to take a little bit of a hit off the Nexus turret, but now they're going to move in and finish the game out for everybody. That was a great fight. And as we could tell from the first beginning little steps, the baby steps to the medium bits to the final push, GenG comes away victorious on that first match. So, all right, that's pretty awesome. All right, we're back. Some of these things are a little cringy in between. A lot of them are all right. All right, well, there's one win to GenG. All right, what are we looking at here?
HLE, the only team to defeat T1 this season.
Not this game. All right, get us in. Let's see it. See these draft picks and bans. When I get this stream a little more officialized, like I said, I'll do these casts mostly on
Hello and welcome
on
back
a new
to
channel,
the space. We're back
and
here
these
after the
pre-game
pre-show
casts
before,
I'll
but that
have
was not
Tina
very
do,
long ago because
as well as
this
the
game
post
was
game.
very one-sided,
And I'm just mostly the
relatively
mid-game
fast,
guy,
and
so
GenG looked like
I don't have a
much
lot of
stronger team. What
a lot of
happened
things
here,
to
guys?
say
Well, it
before
seemed
things
very
get going.
transparent
But
what GenG's plan was, didn't it? When they banned away
let's turn these guys down for a little bit so we could talk. I wish I would see a little bit more diverse champion picks, man. It's like everybody just picks what meta is. Meta is created by what people pick. It's like it's not real. You can do. This is why everyone who doesn't know should watch a documentary on YouTube about M5, Moscow 5, who invented and changed all the different ways of how League of Legends is played. Originally saw a new alternative in the champions, in the game, in the map, and people play too much inside the map, and that's why it's a little stagnant. I still enjoy League of Legends very highly, but there's just that lack of where's the crazy player who does those crazy things. I mean, we've got Faker, you know, we've got quite a few others similar, but I'm not gonna name everybody, but there's nobody who's going like, oh my god, he's playing, I don't know, Yorick ADC, something that, but not something that's like a cheese one-off. A lot of teams will practice something that can work once, and then a team can counter it, or they can just adapt to it or whatever. But coming up with something truly different enough to be like, you can't come up with something to beat it on the fly, or it's so different you would have to change your whole strategy. That's the kind of stuff I like to see, and I want to see more of that in League. So, I'm looking for those crazy picks. Man, yeah, there was a couple moments in this game where HLE had a chance, but I mean, right here they're up on health significantly. They got the CC advantage. They got a teammate coming in, but Rakan takes way too much damage early, and everything falls apart. Viper wasn't even there, and then he gets flashed on. I'm surprised the feathers went out with. Oh, he cleansed the callback. Wow, man. That's unfortunate. The cleanse is I like seeing that more, because that's it's one of the best extra abilities to have. I'm gonna take myself out of CC real quick and continue doing what I want to do. Well, I still have hope for HLE. I know all the players. I've been only watching professional league. I watched it on and off, my whole life, and I've played league since 2010, 2009. We're in season 2, maybe 3 at the latest. I think I even made an account in season 1, but I didn't really play when that happened. I was in high school, had other things to do. But I do remember when I went to college, I started watching the pro games, because I was like, they finally were advertising them on the league client. And I remember Bjergsen being one of the first people on that client, and starting to be like, oh, is he good? What's so good about him? And so I've been watching since then. I watched about that year, and I had to stop for a couple years. For the past about 4 or 5 years, I've been watching seriously. There was about a 1-year gap, and I was watching for the 2 years before that very heavily too. So I'm aware of a lot of the players. I don't keep up so much with the newest players, but that's what I'm hoping to do, especially with this new channel that I'm trying to create here, and hopefully get some support from you guys out there, especially feedback, because I have a certain way that I don't like things to be casted, but it doesn't mean I necessarily know exactly how I want things to be casted. So I'm figuring this out as I do it, and I'm excited because I like to talk anyway. And I don't think I have the greatest voice or anything, but I'm willing to talk. So I guess that's half of it right there, right? But without my own programming here, it's this is why I have Thena do this part, because she would have notes and stuff to talk about, and questions to ask, and discussions. She's sleeping right now, but usually she's up for the games. But this one's early. I forget they start early on the weekends, or maybe because of playoffs, I'm not sure. But usually, they don't start till midnight or 1 a.m. So, yeah, and I also just kind of did this spur of the moment. I don't know if this formatting is how I'll be doing, all this, but I wanted to get something up just to have some, freedom and the ability to go ahead and put something out there. This little video will also give me an opportunity to put edited version of it with just the plays and skip like this part and stuff like that. I'll put that on YouTube. I'll probably try to do that tonight. Well, it's midnight, but I'm up late, so I'll probably do that. If not, tomorrow night, and then for Monday, it'll be there. I know we got more games though, so if there's more games, I might try to go ahead and stay on schedule. Man, I've never started something like this that I felt so willing to do. So, like I said, we'll see. Please, if you If you find anything about it you enjoy, let me know. Like the channel, follow it, tell somebody. I really appreciate anything and everything. I'm gonna do it anyway for the first time. I actually mean that, but support is always appreciated. Showing. Yeah, I mean, Pays went so hard there. I mean, the play was, oh, we got the double. Oh, we got a free triple out of it. And then it was like, why don't we go ahead and just steal that last kill? That aggressiveness, he came out fresh. Came out looking good. And actually, let's go ahead and take a look at him real quick while we got some time. So, I'm not very familiar with him. So, he's 17. Obviously, born in Korea. Contract expires next year in November, so he's got a while with GenG. So he's a solid contract for GenG for sure. Still has yeah, he's only 4 months into his present contract. So he went right into GenG Academy and then Gen Challengers. Is that what they called themselves back then, or is that different than GenG Academy? What is that? It's for the LCK roster, GenG for Team President LC Academy. So this is Global Academy, also known as Challengers. I don't understand what the difference is. So this is the trainee roster, and they also compete in the LCK Academy series. But then they also have the LCK Challengers League roster for teams participating in. Okay, yeah. So I forget there's a league for people who are in Challenger, and so that's where he started. Makes sense. Then obviously he went to. Well, actually, no, he went to Academy and then Challengers. I would have assumed that Academy would have been ahead of Challengers. I'm not sure how that works. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, obviously he's been on GenG for a while. Looks like he plays Zaya, Kaisa, Ezreal. Depends on obviously the year and the changes. We got some bans coming out. They don't want to face that Zeri again. Actually, that's GenG bans the Zeri. They just don't want them because they had first pick. So it's just, they call it the Global Academy and the Academy. Huh. I wonder if every team has that. He started on Team Griffin in 2017. So Viper is 22, 5 years older, but not 5 years more in knowledge. All right, let's get back to the main game here. All right, so King and I forget, they're not picking who they're playing, they're just picking for their team. So HLE is electing to take Lucian, not banned this game. GenG is going to take Rakan, show him how to use it, I guess. I always love when teams do that. It's like, you have to feel a little bit of that in your gut. Like, oh, you thought I didn't play Rakan well enough, or you think you can play him better. The Nami is a good pick I like with the Lucian. I love to see a good Vi out there. And I think we're going Wukong. Yeah, Wukong for jungle. They want to take that away from Peanut. Well, Peanut's going to be Vi, so he already decided. Interesting. And again, it's like, you think you could play Wukong better, huh? Or again, they're just playing meta. They're just going, oh, GenG's good. They're playing Wukong. That's probably because he's good. And like, I mean, that's not what they're doing, but reductively, that's what's happening, is seeing people who are good play a champion, decide they must have learned that that champion's good, and playing that champion. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the originators, if you didn't just stumble across something good in the meta or read the patch notes that said Wukong ability gone from 70% to 90%, you know, whatever. If you didn't just do that, if you did something like, oh, you know, it's weird how the ability power actually scales higher in this than that. Maybe if I built this character with, you know, a mixture of ability power and attack damage, I could pull something unique off. Those are the kind of concepts and things I want to see, you know. Now, there's certain players, certain characters, you know, Zyrakan, as much as they're super meta right now, whatever, they've been meta, I've loved Zyrakan since they came out. And I just actually played a game not too long ago, Zyrakan, I was Zaya at ADC, and we were having a little bit of a hard time, but then we were holding off, and then we had a nice little play in the bottom. Rakan backed off the play to go recall, and I just kept pushing a little bit to pick him off. A jungler came in and I was in some danger. His recall was almost finished, and I hopped over there and I tapped on that recall and joined him, and right as I think it was Warwick was about to collapse on me, I recalled with the Rakan and we took off right to base, and I was able to take that advantage there and not lose anything. Ended up still losing that game, but it's a great concept, their abilities, how they work together. It's almost unfair, and I think that's why they had to reduce it to very little things. Although the feathers, that's the kind of thing, you know, is it possible to build Rakan in a way that's better than a duo ADC if his feathers can be buffed in the way that Zaya uses them? You know, I don't know, maybe. It's also getting pretty late into the development of League of Legends, and I think that they might be putting in a lot of blockers in place to prevent these kind of things from being sprung on the game. But I really hope they don't, because those things are good for the game. They're good for the player base. They're good for the professional development. They're good for the longevity of everything. It creates history. I mean, in another 10 years, like, there will be very serious, very dynamic, complex documentaries about the impact and effect and history of League of Legends. And hey, I want to be a part of that. You know, I think it's one of the coolest games that can connect the world. And I don't know how it will change in the future. I do think VR is going to be a big part of the future of entertainment and video games, but for now, we can enjoy the cool setups we have. All right, looks like things are about to get started. That's one of the few people I've seen who gets their picture shown and doesn't cover their face up. But I guess she's, yep, there it goes. My bad. I spoke too soon. That's weird. It's like they gave them canvases because they have ads at the bottom of them. They gave them little like whiteboard papers to write and draw on to hold up signs. That's interesting. Hmm. They're really talking about Space Jam right now. You guys don't know nothing about Space Jam. If their chat's too loud or too quiet or we don't care, you know, let me know. Comment on the video on YouTube. Any comments and questions, concerns, praise or otherwise you have, check the Two Greek Casting YouTube channel tomorrow or Monday, and please comment on the edited casting video of this. But here we go, Caster Hades, ready to start. Get into the game. GenG versus HLE, game 2. HLE, I think, set themselves a little bit up better for champion pick, and I'm rooting for anybody. You know, I'm rooting for a good game, which if that means we play 5 games, we play 5 games. I like to see good people do well, and I like to see... I was gonna see bad people do bad, but there's not really a bad person, you know, playing professional league. It shouldn't be, especially in the Korean leagues. But I do like to see the bad people be bad. Or rather, I like to see the bad tendencies of people come out. Viger just see us in mid lane. Always a good watch. I don't shit on the what are they called? The video editing, producing team or whatever. The way that the casters do. That's one of the reasons that I dislike them and I'm doing this. You got to work as a team, but there are some questions. They need to work as a team. That's the problem. Is they're working by themselves and they're working by themselves, and then sometimes it's not working. It's like, no way, that's crazy. You guys aren't talking to each other and things aren't being perfect. But if you had a little bit of like, okay, as I'm talking, can you be like predicting what the next thing will be? And if it is perfect, if it's not, I'll lean my discussion into that. But then if you hear me lean back into something, you know, they just have an understanding. Like I said, this stuff needs to be taken seriously. It needs to be taken as seriously as the NFL takes its game casts. And this is what I'm talking about. Is I don't think anyone in the whole organization and almost any organization takes it that seriously, and that's a bummer because this is the future of world sports. I mean, we're still going to have physical sports, but this is going to be just as big. It's going to be 50% in the future. It's going to be esports and sports. That's going to be all entertainment other than movies and TV shows and whatnot like that. But all live entertainment that's not media based, like a musical or, you know, a show, blah, blah, blah. That's a sporting event is going to be virtual or physical. And when you think about that and realize that, you go, okay, well then what in the future, assuming all games have the ability to adapt and transition to a VR state, or maybe you can sit in an arena in VR with your headset on watching the league game, whatever. Assuming that all games can do that, what are the games that will be most successful, most popular? You know, what are the esports that will become the football, soccer, hockey, basketball of the world? Well, League of Legends is definitely going to be one of those. That's not a question. So not a whole lot's been going on in the game so far. Just sizing each other up, CSing it out, keeping themselves safe. Even gold, which is all definitely in the advantage of HLE since they need this game to go well. Or sorry, did I say GenG? I meant HLE. HLE needs this game to go well. Oh, yeah. Oh, and lost a flash, couldn't get it. Although, it was interesting that you used your Q to hit the minions just a moment after that. Why you would have not used your Q to target him, that is questionable. Now, I know you may have had a cooldown, but he was standing there. You could have went back for a second, tossed it. All right, we got 3 members of GenG moving down toward the dragon, unbeknownst to HLE. Great moves for them, bad news for HLE. They're not even aware it's happening. Oh, well, they have their pink ward, but I guess they're just not going to make any plays for it. And, you know, I understand. You're not in position. You got to wait. You got, you know, some stuff to do. But when it comes to a professional game of anything, when does anybody ever just concede anything? Unless it's like the end of the game, it's like we need these 5 yards, we got to take this move, penalty, whatever. Don't at least send somebody to try and steal from a safe position, you know? Somebody got some ranged ability, they can jump down there and try to throw something in, you know? The complete lack of attempt is ridiculous. Doran's getting 2v1 here in the top laning with Clid and King, but he's really not in any danger and not a great play overall. GenG and Chovy and Zika fighting, but nothing's going to come of it. And Peanut is following Clid into the jungle aggressively, saying, I want to be here too. What are you going to do about it? I got my other buddy, mid laner, here with me. I'm using my priority. I might even go in on this Kingin over here. Nope, too late. Q's reset. Clid's helping Kingin get it. What are you doing? Stay under your turret. Why would Wukong have not come up? Okay. HLE. That. I don't even know what kind of thought process was going through his mind there. That's 50% on both of them. Clid for walking away and not being willing to dash in under turret range with an ally to secure the 2v3 with a turret. Walking away and leaving Kingin by himself, who then made the decision to jump forward out of turret range, not toward another ally turret. Clid got his jungle, but Peanut's here driving him out. That's some very poor play right there. That was a pretty, I mean, and that's another thing too. You're playing too safe, you're playing too worrisome. When you're on a team with somebody, someone's about to get tackled and you're next to them, you just let them? Or do you like go in, you get hit with them, or you stop the tackle, or you help bring that momentum forward and you win the engage? You don't see it and then walk away from it. Right here. Where did he go? I know you're scared, but Kingin collapse. Wukong go up, dash in, have Gnar throw a thing to slow them, bring them together. And the fact that he tried to follow after that is like, oh no, oh I'm sorry, I was trying to, but. And when I see these kind of things, this is when I feel like a team is not dynamically cohesive. And when it comes to LCK and League of Legends in general, the cohesive team is the more talented team. It doesn't matter your stats or your CS. The team that works best together and protects each other and helps each other the most wins. And that's why, again, you can watch Moscow 5. Any engage that you've ever seen them get in, it is like, I'm willing to take a bullet for you to die. I will flash forward, barrier, and take an ult to the face to make sure you survive, even if it means that it might not be the best play, but I'm going to try to do that and make it happen. And because of that momentum shift, the shock to the enemy team, the confidence and adrenaline to your ally team, a lot of times that will just turn around and you'll just make it happen. And something will work out in your favor. And if I'm not seeing that, I can't. And I saw that very well on the Samsung team when they won. All throughout that year, that was some of the most insane synergy I've seen since watching, Moscow 5. And it's doable, and that's when those champion picks come out, when those ideas for, well, hey, we work so well together, these champions work really well together. They're not really the best champions, but if we work as well together as they do, or vice versa, I think we have something special. And that's really what I'm talking about. Like, Lucian Nami bot lane, that's great. You got a lot of stuff there, but there's nothing special about that. Oh, Nami knocks him up. Lucian shoots. She empowers him. Maybe on his passive extra shot, the empower also works. That's cool. But that's basic, man. Ult used to no avail. I'm starting to feel like HLE is not worth being in this spot. Man, I think they might lose this game, and I don't know if they'll do that well next season based on what I'm seeing here. Now, it is just one game, it is just one position they're in, but it's pretty even, and they've had a lot of chances in this to make smart decisions with the balance that has been provided generously by the League of Legends gods this time. But they're not they're not taking advantage well. Although, on the flip side, GenG is also seemingly afraid to make any further moves that are outside of the box of meta. And that is another thing that I'm not particularly fond of, is refusing to engage because it's not within the standard structure of the gameplay. Playing outside the standard structure of gameplay is how you test skill. Like, everyone can practice the same thing, and then some people can practice it more, some people can be a little better at that thing, and you can call that skill. But when you operate outside of the natural state of a game and force people to react to it, that's skill. Because now your crazy action has all to rely on your ability to execute it. And their reaction is completely on the spot, 100%, no preparation. Can they pull off the counter? And that's really that's the beauty of video games in general, is that I'm going to make a play. You know, in football, it's like, it's the same exact thing. I throw a pass, you know, I shoot an ult, and the enemy is really low and they don't know it's coming. I throw that football pass, my guy's wide open, the nearest guy's 20 yards away. Then you flip it on that enemy team. One of the enemy teams sees in a brush a Jinx ult fly through. Hold on. I was trying to tell a nice tale here, but Zika had to go off and die under turret. An enemy teammate sees the Jinx ultimate fly through a brush, unbeknownst to the one about to be hit. And he's close enough to go ahead and flash in front and take that hit, thus saving the ADC, allowing him to recall and make a kill to secure saving the Nexus. That's a true teammate. Just like in football, you make that pass. See, it's wide open, no one's close. Enemy team, you flip it, they see the ball way too late, but there was one guy, that guy who was 20 yards away. He just got a bad start, but he's fast, and he makes the play. He moves in, he jumps up, and he intercepts it for the team, and they're all there ready to support him. That's the kind of things I'm talking about. Now, right here under turret, while I was going through that, quite a good offensive teamwork play, especially with the alternating tower shots. I don't know if that last one was necessary, but man, working together, there's nothing like it. That's what human beings are best at. That's what we're greatest at. That's what we do most magically, most dramatically, most thematically. It's wonderful to see, and I'm happy anytime I see somebody able to do that in a virtual world, because it's so much more removed. You know, I can, when I'm on a field, you know, I played rugby, so here we go, we got to play in the bot lane. Zai's using our ult, going in, he tries to stun, but the cleanse comes off, Viper uses the ult back, and then it's not enough, because the only thing Nami could do was do a bubble which lasted 3 seconds while Rakan blocked it with a shield and then took the bullets. So again, I don't think that Lucian Nami is doing him any favors in the bot lane. Okay, we're sizing up the dragon around over here. A little fight, Peanuts out. Doesn't want none of that. But anyway, I was saying, as I played rugby, and when I'm on the field, I can't help it, but if somebody does something to my teammate, even if it's justified, even if it's to take their own advantage, and I have to see him go through that, you can bet I'm going to have a reaction to doing anything I can in the next moment to help reverse what is about to happen or has happened to my teammate. Whether it's being tackled, being knocked down, blah, 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 dropping the ball, like, you know, gotta be there for him. And it's the most beautiful thing to see. And like I said, on the field, you get that pheromones, you get that vibrations of the wind and the footsteps, and the Clid going in on a fight with Doran. Doran said, I can fight you too, but it's not going to be enough if life comes in. Doran, can you escape with the Nami ult coming in big? And it doesn't matter. HLE will take it with the Nami, a little bit of assist. She gets some gold for that, so that's good. But to finish the thought, on a field, it's much easier to get into a protective mode with your teammates, whereas in a video game, you're not looking at anybody. You have to see them as that. And I love playing that way. I love playing as a support like Braum and jumping in front of my ADC all the time and no, that's damage is for me. I'm not gonna let him take that because we're a team and I got more strength than him right now, you know. Um, but all right, enough of that. Let's get back to the game talk here. So yeah, Doran made kind of a little bad positioning play there by allowing them to just step up on him, but they thought he was good enough positioning. GenG again. Oh wow, coming in at the double attack, and Zika. You really put yourself out of position there and thought you were safe, but you were not, and that's going to be a free kill over to the mid laner Chovy. Lucian again trying to blow some CS and ultimate out in the mid lane, which he does, but again doesn't help him with much. GenG's got 2 dragons, a win. Baron's coming up in 3 minutes. Peanut's got both buffs. I'm going to go ahead and put my money right down here and say GenG finish it off. Now, if you're HLE fan, I'm still here with you. I'm still here looking for any reason that this game can turn around. And they still will get one more chance, you know, to stop the brigade after this, but you can't rely on that. You make one mistake in that next game and now your whole series is over. You have to take this game seriously and still try to win. If you win this game, it puts you in so much better of a position. 1-1 in a series of 3 is insanely better than 2-0. And I think we can all understand that without having to get into detail. Wow, they're going to go ahead and throw the Rift Herald in the bot lane here. Yep, and see, that's Peanut saying, I want both. And Zika, you should have predicted that you weren't going to be able to stop that, but I understand, and that's exactly what I'm saying, is you got to try to do that, but you should have known you couldn't. You weren't going to be able to stop him unless you threw that stun up way earlier. So Doran's rotated to the bot lane now. Top laner is going to fight there for the time being and let the mid laner, or let the ADC and the support join up with the rest of the team and try to push for some plays, get some objectives. There's a lot of people in the mid lane right now. There's about 7 players. Lucian's getting rid of that CS. You know, it just occurred to me, saying something like that makes no sense. You can't kill CS, get rid of CS, look at all that CS. The CS means creep score. So how much CS do you, how much is your creep score? It does mean how many, but you have to say minions in that case to be correct if you want to, you know, ruin everybody's day with your presence, which is not uncommon for me. All right, total gold, Chovy. I didn't think Chovy would be in the lead. That's pretty impressive. Well, he did get that gold in the top kill there recently. But, I mean, GenG is posturing right now, and HLE is just letting them. They got all lanes pushed up. People in your jungle, I know you're trying to protect your mid lane, and you're doing that, but you have no top lane. You're about to lose your bottom lane. The Baron's up in 15 seconds. There's actually not that much wards around it, although GenG has some deep wards in your jungle, so they're not really worried. This was... there was not a lot he could do. I see him trying to use the teleport. I mean, I would have at least put your stun before you teleported. Something to hold him off. Again, I don't understand in a Korean game with pro calculations, how do you not realize that you didn't have enough time? Unless that shit was 0.1 seconds, which it did not look like. All right, bottom lane here we got HLE just going to take another death to Peanut and Chovy. Another kill over to Chovy. Kill gold leader even further. This is really bad for HLE. They got 1 dragon, the Chemtech. No turrets, no heralds, no barons. I'll give them this game too. If they don't come out in the next game strong as trying not to, it's a mature stream, strong as fuck. If they're not strong as a motherfucking fuck, then they are going to lose. And the way their team is going, I'm not impressed. I watched their games. I saw them make some moves before. I saw things happen, but where is it? Where is it when it matters? This is playoffs, man. Well, at the time being here, GenG is just collecting as much extra gold as they want, keeping the pressure down. There should be a Baron play happening here soon. Looks like they're finally going to get that mid turret. Nope. Alright, I respect it, HLE. I respect the hustle to protect it, make them still have to worry about getting it, keep that gold out of their pockets. I see Gnar down there keeping that bottom turret alive. I see the effort, but we are going to need some heroics. That's very true. I mean, Lissandra is such a great teamfight character. She should really be there to help right now. She's got TP. There, she's going to go down bot for the dragon fight. She's going to maybe try to help kill Kingen. And ulted on him. Worth it to her. Okay, Doran's pretty low. Okay, all four going in on Peanut, and he escapes it. So now you got to turn around, but then that's a not bad Nami stun on him. Okay, but Paze is coming in and doing a lot of cleanup. Chovy and Peanut fighting Clit over there in the corner, but I don't think that's going to amount to much. Clit just down. Viper and Zeke, the last one's live on HLE. Paze and Delight just picking off minions because they know there's nothing left they can do, and they are going to move smoothly and slowly over to the dragon, actually, and just let Vi take it by herself. That's going to be 3 dragons, final turret, maybe get the turret in top lane. This game is all but over as well. Tell me I'm wrong. Where's the hype? Where's the skill? King and Clid, Zika, Viper, Life. I know you all. Oh, okay, here comes GenG in for securing another kill under turret on. It's feeling like there's a lack of trying at this point. This is what happens when you play slow and inside meta, because then you start to realize, well, I'm supposed to have as much gold at them as this point, and I don't. So the attacks I do don't do as much damage, but I still have to fight them. It's like, yes, you needed to come up with unique strategies to make that difference up. This fight was none of that. Why? Why is Nami by herself at the Baron? What? Why would that have been a good call at any point right now? This is what I'm saying. HLE, you might as well just give up. You've just given up like 3 plays that did not need to be given up. You're not even close enough to contest it. You got to go in and make a play now if you want to make that play. All right, game over. GenG for the win. It's not, and this is what I'm talking about. That's a free kill. I've seen games where people are further ahead. I've seen games where people have way more kills at this point, or a way bigger deficit in between the team scores in many different ways. But it's not about that. It's about how many consistently successful team morale boosting plays have you done in a row, and that's the unspoken variable. GenG was stagnating for a long time, and then HLE made 3 mistakes in a row, and whether or not the person who capitalizes on that mistake will never go, oh, they made a mistake, I didn't really do much. They're gonna go, man, he misstepped and I fucked him up. And then you gave him that energy 3 times in a row to the whole team. they're going to be on the game, on the point, ready to go, moving, wanting to get that next, bit. And as you can see right here, Peanut, he's going ult. He says, we got enough strength to kill you right now, and we will. And this is what I'm talking about. They thought, oh, they're not going to overextend right now because, this part of the game, normally this happens. At least GenG is taking advantage, and that takes a certain player. And it seems like they've got 2 or 3 players on the team that are like that. Pays and Peanut really seem to be the aggressive leaders of the team. The Light and Chovy are great. Doran is awesome. But the way Peanut and Pays move and choose how to extend a fight without it being detrimental. And here comes Chovy coming in with a stun and Azonius to protect himself. He's going to have to be protected by his team here. Is that enough? No. They didn't really go in. Rakan, I feel like you could have jumped in there. There was a Viger ult, so it's hard to say. But that kind of stagnated their momentum. So right now, they can no longer end this game. Even though literally nothing has changed from 20 seconds ago, they don't have the willpower to end this game anymore. Even if they picked off Clit, I don't think they'd have enough right now. And it was because that drop in the unspoken momentum, it fell off. And now, because it was so much, more than just one play's worth of momentum is shifted in the favor of HLE. Because they pulled off, well, unfortunately, that drove it down a little bit further. Zika, all but desperate here, just trying to clean up stuff. But then when this came in, and he was able to pull out a move in, stun, drop a kill, get the gold, up his ability power, he's feeling good. That kind of kill, unfortunately, doesn't spread as well to the rest of the team in terms of that variable. But Viger should be feeling really good. So if they fight around and with him, they should have a better opportunity now to make plays. Because you've got somebody who's feeling good. And, we're really going to pause it? I really don't see this. I mean, I really don't. I know there's technical issues and stuff. I know things happen. But I really don't see how this is okay. Because this is the exact kind of thing I'm just talking about. This might not affect anything that's happening in the game, but it affects the players. It affects that variable. If you just got a kill like that, Viger, ready looking for that next kill, not seeing anything quite yet, and then pause, that's dropping. That rage, that fury, that fire, that energy that is slowly ticking down from that last high. And I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know if if it's a real technical issue, some bullshit is happening that is like I can't play, I can't see, whatever. Obviously that needs to be addressed, but the amount of times I've heard that it's something like, "Oh, the player said that something isn't right here." It's like, can you play the game? Is it actually affecting your ability to play the game? If not, we should not be stopping the game for anything. Okay, so he's saying it's a game frame drop issue. Now, this is something that makes even less sense because they are not connected to the online world. These games are played on a LAN local area network server. They're only connected to themselves and to the what do you call it? Venue that they're at so that the other people can host it. But I don't see how that's being affected. All right, well, we got to take it for what it is. GenG's still most likely going to end this game and win. And then we'll be on to the third match. It'll be the last chance for HLE to stay alive in this tournament. Otherwise, let's take a look at so the round 2 loser will play against KT, who really put on a great show for T1. I think HLE would lose to KT. And I think they would have a chance to come back again. So T1 versus GenG most likely. I think that'll be a really good game, but I think T1 will win that. I think KT is gonna be HLE and get back in the game. Oh wait, so oh yeah, round 2 M1 loser. Oh no, round 3 M1 loser. So no, yeah, HLE round 2 M1. They're gonna be out of it if they don't win this because they were already skipped around. And KT will get another chance. No, I'm sorry. If GenG wins and plays T1, they will play T1 if they win. The winner of that will move on to the finals, and then the loser will play KT if they beat HLE, or they'll play HLE. So if GenG loses to T1, like I think they will, they'll play HLE again, which I think they'll beat to get back. But it's an interesting way they do this. I guess it's fair. I like having the loser bracket, but I feel like it's weighted a little too heavily. Like, it's half the bracket. Like, it should be a smaller, function. And it's like the winner of the losers bracket gets to go right into the grand finals, basically. That feels a little unfair, but I guess it's all right. That's how it's kind of always been done for a lot of games. So there's not a lot of blatantly fair ways to run it. But yeah, so GenG wins here today. Then HLE is going to play against KT. KT is going to beat their ass. And then KT is going to play against probably GenG because T1 is going to beat their ass. And then KT's probably going to beat GenG. And then it's going to be a KT T1 final, I think, for LCK playoffs, spring finals. That'll be on April 9th, a Sunday, which is awesome. We get to have like a football Sunday, esports Sunday kind of vibe. All right, well, I think it's about time we end this game. Damn, that vision score on Delight, that's impressive. Getting anything over 100 is like really hard. 125 is crazy. And if the game's not even over. Although Doran just kind of threw away his Baron there. Although they still could probably do it, but it kind of ruined their momentum as well. Yeah, and see now Viper is feeling that momentum. He got a little scared, but if he had some plays, he could have finished that. Yeah, they have to play aggressively. This is the only way they can have any chance of doing anything in this game. The game was almost just over for them. If that wasn't going to drive a fire underneath them, I don't know what was. And I guess he just got trapped, stunned, unable to really move. I don't know. Again, the teammate protection was a little weak there. Oh, they're dragging this game on when it doesn't need to be. Well, the Elder Soul will be up in 2 minutes. They still have Baron for another minute. I don't know who still has it though. Rakan does, and he's gonna throw it away. Come on now, you guys are getting way too lax. They're playing. They turned. You know, they were like that, and that's the thing. Matching energy. Don't match the other team's energy. Once you get to a certain level, match your own energy. Match your highest teammate's energy. Don't keep reacting to them, because if they're not able to maintain consistent energy, then you won't be either. You'll keep going at the wrong times and not as hard as you need to be. You know, you want to go just a little bit more than the most aggressive person on your team, so that you're able to back off just behind them. And you know, if they're able to manage being that aggressive, you might not be able to for long, but if you match them for a little bit, you'll provide that force that is usually unexpected and unpredicted when you begin a team fight. All right, well, we got a small fight, big fight coming in here. There goes Peanut slaying Clid right away. Rakan really just drawing out an ult, not bad. Looks like that's gonna be probably Elder Drake over. Viper wants to fight Doran. Doran said, no, I've got 2 teammates right here. I could take you on. I got enough tank. Delight, you gotta move in there. Here goes Peanut. Yep, this is gonna be a 3-on-3 fight. Pulls him back. Life's there in danger. He's gonna be killed off. That's definitely an Elder Drake over to GenG. Doran's looking like he might want to just like throw a little more damage in their face, but Vi, Zaya, Lissandra, they should be able to handle that. I guess Zaya is not gonna. Just gonna hold Drake with Lissandra and Rakan. I don't know if she can take it down that fast. Like, I get you want to go get your Krug, but here's the thing. Well, and they're not gonna do this because it's how people play. But if I was that Wukong and Viger, I would have collapsed, and we'd be showing up right about now, warding. Look at that. Stun over the wall. Wukong flash. Jump in. Smite. That would have been a sweet steal. Although, he's being goofy. Oh, he's trying to get the most time out of it. And once again, if you had been there, you would have been able to possibly make a very good play here. Yeah. And furthermore, Vi would have felt awfully stupid if they came in just in time to do that, and she had spent that initial time hitting the Krug or the Gromp, when that extra 1,000 damage could have been done with her not walking. Actually, more than that, probably 2,000 damage if you walked all the way over to the Gromp, killed it, and then walked back to the dragon to help Lissandra fight it. You definitely could have done that way faster. Now, I understand that they actually wanted to get the most time out of it and wait there. But there's certain, when it's something like important, it should be expected that everyone's going to fight over it. And if your team just genuinely didn't know they were there, like, shame on you. But again, if you just conceded it and you said, nah, they're too strong, well, that's not going to help. Letting them get a dragon's not going to help them be less strong. Letting them get the Elder Drake's not going to let them be less strong. Look at you, just used the ult on him and it didn't even do a third of his health, man. And now Baron's coming up. If they kill this in the next 20 seconds, which is possible, they'll have a minute of 10,000 gold lead and Elder and Baron buff, which I think in the next 7 seconds they'll probably get that done. And again, there's no contest. They're not even leaving the base. They have no clue where they are. They're too afraid to move. And if this is a position you're in, it sucks. Maybe it's just how it is, but you gotta know there was things you could have done to avoid this. There was positions you could have taken, plays you could have made, bushes you could have hidden, wards you could have put over a wall, movement you could have started earlier to at least gain more information. If all you're doing is sitting in base and you're not at least like warding in the jungle, what do you think's gonna happen? They got Elder and Baron now. They're coming down on you with 13,000 extra gold than you. You might as well just go sit in the base. I mean, Doran doesn't even do damage, and he's killing your mid laner. He's gone. Peanut took most of the hits there. Kingan tries to come in, no damage. Peanut taking some turret shots, no damage. The entire team is eviscerated. Doran takes the Nexus shot, barely takes him down. And this game is finally over. I didn't want to watch that brutality anymore. That was almost worse than the last game. I think that was worse than the last game. I think HLE performed worse. You're wondering where the Nami is. And, well, maybe because she wasn't that effective in the last game. Could that be? Could it be? I think so. Varus. Ashe is a little different. Sejuani Jace. When you play in these comps 2 games in a row and you're losing, where's that crazy pick? You're playing a champ with 50% win rate. Even when you play your best, you only got a 50% chance. Like, sounds good, but somebody with less stats might be able to break, something. A Pantheon. I like that a little bit better. That's what I'm talking about. No picks, no wins, don't know. But guess who it's coming from? It's coming from GenG. And they want to secure this final game, and they're going to do it with an actual move, a real decision here. So I like to see the Pantheon. That's going to be cool. That'll be a Pantheon support since we got Jace in the top lane already, unless they make Jace go mid, but I don't think they're doing that right now. Interesting Leona ban when I haven't seen anybody play her in the past couple games. Getting rid of the Maokai. I guess they don't want him in the top lane. Is GenG gonna throw Ashe into ADC? That I miss seeing my Ashe in ADC. I was so hurt when she got pushed into support meta. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you make an ADC main who mains Ashe have to go through watching their character become a support? I mean, how dare you? Heimerdinger ban is interesting. I do see him time to time. Alright, so this next pick, so there's our jungler. That doesn't really reveal anything. HLE is going for a very vanilla play style. GenG's mixing it up a little bit. Oh, a Yone could be just the okay. Still within, 30 picks within the series, but a little bit more unique. Ooh, a Blitzcrank. Oh, I like the Blitzcrank. I like that pick. Only 9 picks. 80% win rate. Okay. All right. This game is suiting up to be the better of the 3. HLE definitely has options. Ooh. Airy mid. Ari, I'm sorry. My sister calls her Airy and named her cat Airy. And now I call her Airy, but her it's Ari. Okay, okay. I got a cleanse on the... Oh, so Ash is going to be ADC. Yo, let's go. Bring my girl back. So Pantheon's going to be support. That's not as exciting as seeing him at the top lane again, but still, even when he got reworked to the image you see there, that splash art was the reworked Pantheon. Shortly after, people were using him in support because of the way his abilities worked, and I thought that's smart. He's got cool stuff. He's tanky enough. He's got some stuns. You don't feel like as an ADC you're doing something super crazy with a Pantheon support. You're like, oh, he's a tanky guy who does some damage that helps me out. Yeah. So, my money's on GenG for this one too. But I do like the Yone Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank is such a, crazy, chaotic, all or nothing kind of guy. So if they're making the plays, then they're going to get some advantage that they don't deserve because that's what Blitzcrank does for you. But if you don't make the plays, you're going to take some hits that you don't deserve because that's what Blitzcrank does for you. I'm excited for this game. We've got some cool players in there. Some new options, some class. Oh, we got the admin blitz as a TFT main. If you check, I haven't been streaming on this channel since I made the change to everything, but I did some TFT streaming earlier today with a friend for Double Up, a little bit of hyper roll and some ranked. Had some fun, did some good games. TFT is one of the few games that I've ever been platinum or higher in. I think there's probably 3 games I could say that for: Marvel Snap, Apex Legends, and TFT. Those are my games. I'm doing really well in Marvel Snap this season. Oh, that's a cool Ari skin. That's another thing that Thena likes to comment on for these early parts of the game. Well, there's not a lot of action, and I don't have a lot to say. Is she knows all the skins and like what's unique about them and cool stuff. So she'll break that down for you. Like I said, I really just wanted to get something out there, something done today, this weekend. Get myself moving on this project, and I'm having a great time with you guys. So. All right, HLE's coming out. Looking for an early blitz hook maybe with the Ash ADC. What's Ash got on her runes? Yep, precision. She's going ADC with a little bit of cooldown and some biscuits. I like it. It was the first time Life has played Blitz this season, but you don't need a whole lot of practice to play Blitz. It's interesting though because this early Blitz hooking Pantheon will not actually do a whole lot for him. It will do some damage, but it'll just allow the Pantheon to get a triple hit off Ash, go basic, stun, basic. And then that will allow probably a double hit from the Ash. It's interesting having Blitz Varus though, because Varus is such a long range Q poker that when Blitz pulls him in, it minimizes the usefulness of its range a little bit. Just a tad bit counter productive, but the advantages far outweigh the slight counterproductiveness. Nice, you got that big minion off there. Sometimes those micro plays are the most exciting. It's, I want that big minion. I don't want you to have that big minion. Well, let's see what happens. So it looks like we got Vi, Peanut from GenG moving down into the jungle of HLE, taking their blue buff, as Sejuani over on HLE is just getting her Krugs down at the bottom, but Clid should be going for a gank on the bottom lane here. Nope, he's going to go back and get some items. Only level 3. He's still got some stuff he needs to do. Looks like they're trying to make a small play here. Grab the scuttle crab. And not a bad little move. Who wants the gold? Oh, give it over to the ADC. That's nice. Looks like they might try to pull off a slight play. It's a little risky. Yeah, they're not going to go behind. They're just putting a ward there. Vi's going to come down. So lane's too pushed to do any kind of gank. She might just back. Oh, she's going to go for a back bush. But I think that mid ward saw her. She's going to waste her time down there, unfortunately. Yeah, that mid ward on the right side of the screen, on the side of HLE, I believe spotted her as she went into that other bush. Yeah, she's already out of there. I wasn't even looking at the mini-map. Oh, and a nice early pull. A little bit late on the auto attacks there, Viper, but yeah, they're kind of down off that engage, and here comes Peanut. Wow, they might have not caught him. No. They're willing to fight it. He don't want it. He's going to start dragging on his own. Not a bad move. Vi should be tanky enough to make that happen if nobody comes to fuck with her. If I was Yone, I would at least go check. You know that it's about time. 5 minutes in. Oh, yep, he's going to go take a little look. Although that's not going to be long enough to make anything happen. Oh, but he's going to come right back. But Ari's going to follow him. And then HLE's going to come up with the 2,000 less dragon here. Clid's coming in. That's an easy dragon steal. Nice. Nice move. Good pressure. Good zoning. That just goes to show that sometimes you don't need to fight to win. You just need to show that you can win. And if a team's smart enough, they'll back off. And, oh, nice early pull, but just on the Pantheon. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but the Clid comes in after that dragon, and that's another kill over to HLE. That is a great start for the team that previously could not get anything together for the past 2 games. So, happy to see it. Glad to see it. That's great stuff. Oh, Yone wants to go in. All right, Zeka. Not going to really do much, but it is going to hold him back just a second. Now, this is tricky for GenG because they have a couple things that float around the competitive mind. We're 1 game away from winning. We need to win this. If we win this game at all costs, we don't have to worry about anything else. We don't have to play more games and worry about making mistakes. If we win this game, we win. Now, when you start off with a mistake like that, then you fall into the thought process of, okay, well, now we need to play smart, play safe. But if we let it stay too stagnant where they're in the lead, it just prolongs the fact that that will then not allow us to end this game for sure and quicker. Now, they need to play that balance really well. Chovy is doing that. He's playing that aggressive / safe very well. I think it's going to fall on Pays to be able to find his balance and Peanut to match people perfectly without over-aggressing or under-aggressing in the fights that he joins. So we'll see how that works out. Right here, this I would say is a slight over-aggression. And he almost paid for it, but I think we're all right. Just going to waste a little time. Ooh, Chovy, nice little damage on Zeka over there. King and Adoring getting in a little scuffle top. Nothing to be made of it. And I guess the Rift Herald's going to be started over by HLE, which is good news for their progress, confidence. Now, Chovy is elected to just get some turret plate gold. Oh, they backed off the Rift Herald, and now bottom lane we got an Ash Arrow, but it's not good enough. That's why Varus took the cleanse. Good move in that part. And that's going to be a nice ultimate up top by King and going in on Doran. Stomps him off just enough to keep himself alive. But that was pretty close. I think he could have killed him if he did something else. I'm very unfamiliar with Cassante, unfortunately. I haven't played him much since his release. I don't play much Summoner's Rift these days. More, like I said, TFT, Apex, Marvel Snap World. A little bit of Prominence Poker on the side. If you like playing Texas Hold'em and you want some poker simulator to play, Prominence Poker is the place to go. Alright, Peanut sticking to his own jungle for now. Pantheon walking by, throwing a ward down there behind him. Ashe walking down bottom, grabbing herself a little bit of CS, but without anybody anywhere near. Be careful. I'm not sure what the play was since we got a Vi on a Yone here, Peanut's out, and Zeka didn't want it either. That Rift Herald needed to be decided on, and if it wasn't decided on, then there needed to be another thing done that was of reasoned value. Why? Like, oh, let's get this turret. Oh, let's ward this thing for the dragon. Let's kill this person who's out of position. But if you just don't do it because there's people nearby, well, then where's the other play? There's plays somewhere else. If they're over here, they're not somewhere else. And then where's that play? But it looks like Vi's going to grab it. I can't see up top because Ashley's using her arrow on Viper, and that's going to be a kill. ADC on ADC. I believe yes, Vi, Peanut did grab the Rift Herald as well. So that's going to be a kill over GenG as well as the Rift Herald. That's going to shift the balance pretty heavily back toward the middle. I'd say HLE is not down in confidence yet, but they are hurting for it. Now here comes possibly a little boost. No, it's not going to be enough time. Now if they get this next dragon, that could easily put their boost back over the mid ground. And now we can look at gold and say, all right, they're down 1,000. If they get this drag, that'll put them at even. But like I said, that unspoken variable, that'll put them over the halfway mark in terms of being able to handle engages at more than a 50% rate. So they just got the Chemtrek Drake, not the greatest one, they say, but I don't know. Tenacity and heal and shield power seems all right, but it's kind of like there's so many items that do that. It feels like not as great. I could see that, but that's definitely some confidence in their minds. Should be feeling pretty good. There's wards all over this map right now. Oh, and top lane, this is what I'm talking about. King and felt it. Doran didn't think he would do it, and here it is. A free kill because of that slight boost. He knew he felt it. He knew he had it. He knew he had that extra Drake. He felt his team's confidence, and he used it. And now, because of that, Klid's feeling strong with an ult coming in, life going in for this pull. Perfect. Ashe is going to snap that kill. And HLE is really showing off what you can do with momentum. And this is one of the biggest keys in League of Legends, other than your obvious mechanics, your basics, your understanding of gameplay, positioning, zoning, and map rotation. But knowing when and how to use your momentum, that is where it's at. Anybody can just start fighting using abilities, but doing it with intent and allowing it to be so intentful that your opponent feels it, that's the other, you hit them harder. You might do 20 damage, but you're actually doing a little bit more because you're hitting them in their actual heartbeat, their soul, their ego. Now, GenG is definitely not down and out by any means, but that's a great momentum shift for HLE, and that puts them back in a good spot to possibly make something happen with this game. And I hope I can see something great with them. But GenG is doing a good job of not letting their momentum falter. They're maintaining strong posturing. They're being smart. They're going to get some gold here off this. Boom. A little bit of damage. Stick around and see if they can make anything else happen with the turret, but they're not going to be able to, so they're going to split off and grab some jungle, grab some top lane assistance. Now Ari's going to go back. Ashe is going bot lane, gets some gold. Yone almost catches the recall. Vi almost gets caught out, but she's okay. That Yone is level 10 right now. That's going to be a little problem for anybody who walks up. And this is what it meant. Doran thought, oh, he didn't have my... And then he had to flash, and he knew it was over because he thought, oh, I didn't think he would just go. That was great play. Nice job, King. And that right there helped this bottom play happen. And this is where you don't get credit as a top laner. You were about to make this play, and it might have happened perfectly. But by me killing somebody top, that puts an extra fire in it, man. My top lane's ahead. I don't got to worry about them. Going in on this play, it's going to work. And everybody who's played League of Legends knows that feeling. If I'm a jungler, I'm about to gank bottom lane, my top laner just got a kill. Let's go. They also know the feeling of, I'm a jungler, I'm about to gank bot lane, my top laner just died. I still got to commit to this gank. And you're going to tell me there's not a different feeling between those two things, no matter what skill level you're at? That's what I'm talking about. Pantheon coming in hot, but Zeke is going to use his ult to get out. Unfortunately, he's still going to lose that turret, but that's all he's going to lose. Although they are going to push even harder for a stop, although that might be to their demise as Sejuani comes in with the ult and the turret almost takes out Peanut, but not quite. Delight is going to get stopped. Ashe Arrow comes in as Delight's going to go in to try to stop him, but it's not enough because King is going to be there to finish the kill off. Peanut's going to try to kill himself and not let anyone else get involved, but unfortunately hands it over to the ADC. And that is looking pretty good for HLE. Now, in other games we've just watched in this series, at this point, there was a much bigger gold deficit, I will say. They are barely leading by 1,000 gold at this point. And while it has seemingly been heavily in their favor, which, again, momentum-wise it is, when you see those stats, you realize they're not that much stronger. In a team fight, they're still basically equal. That was a great play there. Sticking around was so questionable, but he knew that there were still plays to be had. Clid was there. When the ult came in and the mark, the flash over here to fight and the jump back, great to allow the turret to fight. The Ashe Arrow and Delight almost going in for the extra attack. I mean, it's all he had left. I thought he was going to jump in with a stun, but he probably had cooldown. And then, unfortunately, Vi tried to kill herself and gave it to the ADC, who wasn't even a part of the fight. But they're going to take another turret top lane here, most likely, unless Cassante gets all excited, which he just might. Yeah, actually, I don't think he's going to make that turret happen. Pays might get caught out here by a double hook on Blitz and a knock-up. That's the ADC down. Peanut's in trouble. The Light's in trouble. They're going to have to back off. Jason already showing up here, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to make much happen off this play other than let him walk away and probably get the Rift Herald. That's another step in the right direction for HLE. For GenG, they are slacking for the first time this series. They are slacking and they need to step it up. Yep, this is going to be a little bit of trouble for them. They got a lot of presence bot lane so that Jace can get that tower, but they don't have many plays or objectives available right now. The Dragon's not up for 4 minutes, and the Baron's not up for another 3 minutes. HLE got that last Dragon, which was the Mountain Drake, which is definitely important. So HLE's looking pretty good right now. Although this blind check of Blitz into the bush, buddy, you had to know that wasn't going to work out well. He tried to get in there to save him, but it wasn't good enough. A lot of damage taken on Cassante. Peanut is getting demolished, though, because here comes Viper in for a double kill. It might have actually been worth it in the end to let that happen, Blitz. So, not a bad play for face checking the bush. There goes the bot presence that GenG had, and it's allowing HLE to push forward into the map and take more power and zone pressure. That was a great hook after the flash, and then the immediate turn to ignite Peanut, their turn on Delight, but that did not work out for GenG. That's a lot of damage on that mid turret. All right, HLE's starting to get some objective damage down. I mean, they have all the dragons, but turrets are pretty important right now. Joran's just poking back Clid, trying to keep him off his jungler's jungle. Chovy's looking to get a little pressure bottom. Kingan's too weak to fight her right now. Clid is 3v1ing and actually holding his own. HLE is looking like a little bit different of an animal this game. Doran is getting turret hit, but he dodges the blitz hook pretty well there and stays alive. Allows the game to stabilize. And once again, after everything you've seen, GenG is only down by 1.2 thousand gold. In the other game, it was 10-2, and GenG was up by 10,000 gold. And so just keep that in mind as you're watching here. There's a lot of unspoken CS being accounted for, turrets that have been taken. I mean, it's only one extra turret than them. They also have 3 dragons that they don't have. So when you think about it that way, I don't know how much gold you get from a dragon. I assume you get some. I don't know if anybody who doesn't get the last hit gets any. I'm not actually sure about that. I gotta have a little notepad to write some of these things down. Oh, it's a little too far from that turret to get out of there, and that's going to be an easy kill, 4v1. Not a lot you're going to do when that's going on. Alright, so that's the biggest lead I've seen from him. About a 1.8, 2,000 gold lead. This is where you can start to snowball, because that's almost a full item somewhere on somebody that they can take advantage of. Plus this turret gold right here is going to be another big chunk and change in people's pocket. GenG's trying to just steal some jungle. They've got good vision disparity here. Okay, they're going to try to pick off Blitz again. And they do. Peanut looking for something else to happen. But Viper is just too... Oh, and here it is, the Ash Arrow, but the cleanse. And that's just far enough to get the ult in. I don't think he's going to last long enough for his teammates to get there. He's not. And that's just going to be a shutdown for GenG. And instantly, we are back at 1,200 gold deficit for GenG. And they're going to go right onto the Baron and challenge Clid, Jungler, and King and top laner to have to try to step in. Yone's coming up here to help, but it's a 5v3. Blitz is going to be too late to help there as far as it looks. Zika's going in. Delight gets charmed by Ari, and Pay's going in hard, and then he's dead. And now Kingan's going off, but he can't do anything. Delight's there at the front line. He's going in with Kingan, and Doran's going back, but then Peanut Delight is there. What a stall. It's not going to be long enough for the Baron to go down, though, and they're now 3v3, but they're too low health to make anything happen. Pay's, you really got to make something happen here, but I don't think you can. Wow, that went so bad for them. That was tricky there. Let's take a look at that real quick. Oh, we're gonna look at this other replay. That's fine. Looks like HLE starting Baron. There's probably gonna be another Baron attack here. Yeah, we all saw them jump on the one person. Are you really gonna show this whole replay while there might be a Baron steal? Yes, please, save that. Alright, so Chovy's there trying to weaken him. Pays is still nearby. Shooting an arrow. It stops just enough to kill. It's enough to stop the Baron. And also get a kill on the Blitzcrank. And now Dragon is available. This is a lot of good stalling by both teams to hold the pressure. That was a great dash ult by Vi there to secure that kill on Viper. Alright, so now the next fight's moved on to the dragon. They're going to let HLE start it and move in slow. They're letting it go down a little too quick, and they are just going to let them have it. This frustrates me so much. Why didn't you just go to Baron then? If you weren't going to contest the dragon, then you all should have just went to Baron while they were at dragon. I don't get that. So you just wanted to get your blue buff and farm your jungle and watch them? Like, and now they're going to transition with you over to Baron and probably get both, or at least have a chance. Now, Chovy's trying to pick off a charm in the backline, but they're actually pretty content with just running it down mid, grabbing that turret right now. They really want to get some pressure and some power done right here. They're feeling like they can possibly save their lives this game with the amount that they're in the lead. As far as they've been in the lead this series, they want to take as much as they can for it, and I can't, you know, fault them for that. So inhibitors down in the mid turret. Jace is trying to get some return on the bottom lane. He's just taking out a turret. He's not going to go any further with it. He might. He just pinged that he's going on his way. All right, yep, he's going to try to get one more turret while they're engaged, possibly with Baron, but they're recalling. That might give them the opportunity to start Baron. We'll have to find out with that. Jace is backing off that turret. He did do a lot of damage to it, but missing that inhib in the middle is going to be big. Ashe is there at least to farm the big minion out of the way. Vi is searching through the jungle looking for good positioning, and this is also what makes GenG, I think, the better team. Is even when they're down like this, look at their positioning and their posturing, and they're still able to go into the enemy jungle and ward because they have the confidence and the knowledge, the teamwork to be near and respect and count on each other to be there for it. So I'm liking what I'm seeing by both teams, but this next engage is going to be really big. So you got to make a play or a bluff. Like, put your whole team by Baron and have somebody start it. They're going to see that and go, well, no way, you're not in position. And then see you doing it and go, all right, we got to get over here. And now you can either play the defense attack where you're trying to get the Baron and keep him off it, standard, or you can play the bluff card and pull everybody off the Baron and go for the straight team fight when they thought that you were going to have to do the defend Baron attack thing. And that's just a simple play. All right, Clid is going in on Pays. He's getting caught out a little too much. He is a little aggressive for his own means, but he's also, I can tell, getting annoyed with his team because they need to be pressuring more and finding more picks. There's a nice charm. It's not going to be much. The Baron is going to be essential here. They have no dragons, 2 mountain drakes on the line with a mountain soul on the line. That's going to be big, especially for the turret damage. That's going to help them drill it down this game. They're already starting on the Baron. They need to move over there quickly if they want to get something done. 4v5 until we get the Ashe there. And it's already an early grab onto... Oh, and Ari's dead. And then here comes... They're going to back off the Baron, just go for all the kills, and then go back to the Baron. That's 3v5. They're going to have to let them take it, and they're going to do nothing but hold the mid lane on GenG and let HLE get the Baron here. And... as much as I hate to be wrong, I think HLE is finally turned it just enough here to possibly secure the win in this game. Once again, though, with a Baron, with 4 dragons to 0, with 15 kills to 6, they're only up by 4,000 gold. And in vastly different, vastly similar conditions, GenG was up by 10,000 gold. So... it's hard to say. It's clearly not a great game for GenG, but I can clearly tell that they are the better team. Unless HLE has just been totally fallen apart those last 2 games, not playing by their standard and or, limit stretching plays. This is going to be an interesting game here. Zika looking for a pick out onto Peanuts. A lot of damage, and he's just dead before the spirit snapped back. One or two more things like that, and it is HLE's game. There goes a turret. That helps him feel good. Here comes most likely another turret. With the ult up on Jace. Super fast kill. There he goes. He's down. And that is going to be almost likely the third game. Man, I'll tell you right now, as my first time trying to cast league games, I didn't think I'd be doing a full series, but here we go. We got a final fight here down at the next turret. Peanut takes him out. That's all right. Delight goes in a little too early, and he's gone, but oh my gosh, that's huge damage onto Peanut, onto the ADC's gone. Now it's just Ari there left to defend the base. Vi is trying to run away, but she's dead. Clid is like, this is going to be it right here. If I could take out Chovy, the game is over. But the ADC is way too low. Yone's low, but they're going in on the Nexus. Can Ari stop it? I don't think she can. Clid's going in on it. Viper's hitting it hard. It's not going to be enough, and that's going to be the end of this game. This series will continue. HLE winning game 3. Wow.
Having that pressure point on the map also, I think, really weakens GenG's ability to play this game. And Clid just constantly engaged when they were ahead. He was just always pushing forward and saying everybody is somebody's birthday here. Happy birthday song.
6 out of 11, we did get 3 votes for King, and also one for Zeka and 1 for Viper. Down the bottom. He did a lot of movement.
There's a big disparity between GenG and Hanwha in the previous game. It has to be everyone stepping up if they're going to bring it back.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we do have game number 4 on the horizon. Let's go over to the casters for that game 4.
Yes, let's. How is everybody doing? Game 4. Did not think they would make it after seeing the 2 first games, but I still think GenG is going to pull it out here. If GenG doesn't win here, I'm fairly confident HLE will win the series. All right, getting our bans off the bat. Caitlyn, Annie, Lucian, Elise is gone. This game is big because whoever loses is going to have to fight KT to stay in it. Whoever wins is going to have to fight SKT, but it's not a good position either way, really. 93 picks. If you're picking the champ 93 times and his win rate's 50%, you might as well just pick another champ. You're telling me there's so few champs in the game, you need to go with him? Sejuani, 44%. Like, I get it. I get the CC, the tankiness, the sustainability, the ability to fulfill your role, do your jungle, be your top laner. But, man, well, I do like an Aphelios pick, even though win rate's a little low. I like a Thresh pick, for sure. Although it looks like, oh, nope, they're going to stick with the Zyra Khan. Okay. So we're going to be seeing Aphelios Thresh versus Zyra Rakan. Rakan versus Thresh is rough. Thresh definitely has the advantage. But I think Zaya a little better than Aphelios. Did they ban Zeri after he picked Aphelios? Oh, they don't want to see that Yone again. I'm getting rid of the Wukong option. They don't want to see Doran on that. Probably gonna go with Vi then. I don't understand why you would ban Tristan. I guess they could play her mid and stuff. I know they play her everywhere, but ban somebody's laner. Well, it looks like they're gonna go. Maybe a Gragas. That'll be, yeah. All right. It's not a bad pick. He gets picked a lot, but Gragas, he's got good playability. There's the Vi. Yeah. Yep. All right, now here come the mid laners. Ooh. LeBlanc, huh? I am thinking they are going to do a Yasuo. No, they're going to go with the Lissandra. Oh, maybe not. Oh, a Gnar mid. Okay. Interesting. Or are they going to do Gnar top Sejuani mid, it looks like. No, Gnar mid. With TP though? Sejuani's jungle. No, Gragas mid. Okay. Finally, it's settled. Gragas LeBlanc. Okay. I don't see a clear advantage. It does seem like HLE's got a little bit stronger presence in their team fights, but can't say for sure. And with the way GenG's been performing, nah, I'm pretty confident they should be able to lock it down this game. HLE's gonna have to really step it up and keep that momentum from the last game if they want to be able to win here and then carry it even further and win again. Someone drew a skitty on their poster. All right. Gnar, Sejuani, Gragas, Zyra Khan. That's who we got on the GenG side. And on HLE, we got LeBlanc, Aphelios, Thresh, Vi, and Cassante. If you're ever curious and need a quick reference, right there, we got the ordered list of junglers and positions next to the players for each team. You can also address the row up there, and it's in order as well from top to bottom, in case you didn't know. Top, jungle, mid, ADC, support. Oh, maybe a little belly bump to start it off. Nah, just a little Q. I guess you gotta start with the Q. A little free basic. Alright, and the game is on. Pretty solid standard runes across the board. I like the Deep Terror Thresh skin. I love me some Terrors of the Deep. They're playing pretty aggressive because they know they got the stronger early game right now. Rakan can't go in until Thresh hooks, and Thresh doesn't have to hook until he goes in. So they kind of get this free play. Nice posturing, but yeah, Thresh is definitely strong. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I said the wrong teams in the beginning there. HLE has Gnar, Sejuani, Gragas, Rakan. GenG is the Thresh. Aphelios, LeBlanc, Vi, Cassante. A lot of light damage being traded in the mid lane. Everybody's coming out pretty aggressively. It does seem like the late game advantage has been going toward HLE because GenG won in a lot more swiftly motions, I would say. I don't even know if the game time was necessarily shorter, but right now, not a whole lot going on. People just making sure to posture. Let's get a Rift Scuttle. Alright, let's get a little Scuttle Crab in the river. GenG, blue side this time. Should have more Drake advantage. Looks like they're going to get the top scuttle on HLE side. Peanut's driving up bottom lane. Looks like he wants something down there. He's thinking they're going to get into an engage early. Alright, that should be a hidden brush for Peanut. He's going to have to land a nice hook to get Peanut in range. You can go for the Rakan. It's not a bad option. Ah, he didn't do it. That timing was there. That I don't think that was off. I think he could have landed that. GenG, that's not the kind of start I'm looking for. Aphelios doing a good job though of keeping his CS intact. Alright, we got a LeBlanc TP in mid. Gonna go catch your wave. Stay on top of Gragas. They are level 6 now, so this could be a little more dramatic. Jungler's only level 4 running through. Vi does not have a blue buff to take. Doran's doing a good job pushing his wave. Vi's coming up for maybe a possible under turret play at level 6. Although she's only level 4. I don't know if she has the output to help make this happen, but here we go. They're going to try it. He's going to start it off, take the early turret shots. 1, 2. He's out, but here comes Clid.
They're going to have to do a 2v2 with another turret shot. That's going to be taking him down low. Peanut's too low. Doran, can you make anything happen? The shield's up. Vi's out. Doran, are you able to make it happen? No, he's not. Kingen comes in to clean it up and seal the deal. Sejuani there for the kill. Luckily, they got away with just one, but man, you guys, that was rough. You should have known the level 4 Vi is not going to do a whole lot, especially if you miss any part of your chain combo. Alright, so let's take a look at what happened here. So, Doran, he took the 1-2, and then Clid just was there. And the Gnar ult came in. Somehow he even sustained long enough to make some couple more things happen, but it was just, I wouldn't have flashed, I don't think, though. That was probably a waste. Well, definitely a waste as he died, but I don't know what the flashing to what. Yeah, you know there was a jungler coming in. Jovi's looking clean, though. If he can get engaged in some team fights, I think he can help them work towards it. But HLE looking strong, making some good plays off the start here. But it's always interesting to me when HLE makes plays, they don't seem to gain gold. They're only up by 200 gold after getting first blood. I mean, that's 400 gold, which means they were down by 200 gold before that, you know, and then they're now they're back to 100 gold, 200, okay, 300. All right, so they're working their way up. But all right, here comes a possible play by GenG and the hook, but then the ult by Xayah to avoid it, and that'll nullify any plays happening there in the bottom lane. All right, had to. All right, well, unfortunately, I'll just be able to download it off Twitch. I was trying to record on my PC as well, so I would just have the video here, but apparently I ran out of disk space after 3 hours. But I guess that makes sense. It's kind of a lot of video to store, so man, I don't know what disk space I ran out of. I got a 4 terabyte external hard drive. All right, well, no big deal. Not going to affect much. I'll just use the Twitch download. So GenG's going to go ahead and secure the dragon there with no attempt from HLE to counter it. And that's their first mistake, in my opinion. Their first big mistake is to not contest that dragon. You are behind. You are 1 game away from being out of this series, possibly out of the tournament. You secure the first kill. You cannot afford to give up things. You can't let them balance back. But we'll see what happens here. I think without it recording, the stream should be a little smoother and better quality, hopefully, too. And I definitely had some good casting moments for the past 3 games up until then, too. So hopefully I can edit that or save that video, and I'll make some highlights, put them together for the YouTube channel. And at the very least, I'll just use the Twitch live VOD, and I'll make a highlight reel from that, and I'll post that and download it. Here comes another Flay with the ultimate by Thresh. He doesn't have the ultimate this time. Clid's coming in from the back. Viper's almost gone, but it pays, stays alive. Peanut goes in to save, and that's going to be another nullified bottom fight. Close. Both teams willing to fight, but nothing quite coming out of it yet. All right. Everybody's just playing fairly well. Other than giving up the dragon, I think both teams are doing quite well for themselves. But like I said, you can go ahead and see nothing has changed. No kills have been taken. They did get the dragon, and now GenG is up 1,000 gold. And right here, they're going to get a pick onto Rakan with a hook from the bush, an ignite, and a kill over to the jungler. And that is their second mistake. You can only make about 5 in a row before you're pretty much guaranteed to lose the game. 3 in a row, and there's some serious momentum issues. So if Chovy can make a play here, that would get the whole team into a new state of battle rage, as it were. A turret does a little bit of that too, so grabbing this here definitely boosts everybody's morale and heavies their pockets up. Yep, that hook was good. The flay was nice. He was going for a flash, but it wasn't going to happen. That was smooth. Barely got out of that. It felt like that recall took forever. HLE is going to drop the Rift Herald top. Grab a couple plates off that. Back off the push smartly. All right, well, we got the dragon coming up here soon. That's going to be a momentum checker. Won't necessarily shift it too much either way, but it will settle it, let us know where it's at. Right now, GenG is definitely leading the momentum, and HLE lost it, gave up the dragon, gave up the kill. I mean, they're acting like they've been winning this game since the beginning, and this is what I'm talking about. And they're ahead by 2.3 thousand gold. They only got 1 kill, but they used that momentum well, and they use it well. GenG is looking really good this year. I think regardless of the outcome of this series, I think they're the better team, and I think they're one to look out for. I got to rewatch the SKT series to 5 games. I got to watch 5 hours to research, but I know from the highlights and stuff that game was crazy, and that SKT is quite the team. Obviously, we've got Carrier, we've got Faker. Those are my boys. So it's going to be interesting. I think HLE would, although HLE is the only team to beat them supposedly, but I think they just had off game. I don't even remember that game. I think it was early in the season or mid-season. I don't think it was lately. All right, HLE is going to go ahead and start the dragon, but GenG is there, as a smart team should be. Peanut is a little bit off balance, had to flash to get out of there. GenG is going to go ahead and hook onto Zika, but that's not going to do a whole lot. Dragon's halfway down. Teleport's coming in by HLE. Ultimate help by Sejuani. Doran and Clade are looking in trouble, but then there goes down Vi. Ooh, Doran's out of there. And, oh, Chovy tried to go in for a steal, but HLE is going to take their dragon. But that's what you didn't need to die and start it that early, Peanut. Oh, but yeah, I expect at least an attempt like that. You know, maybe get a pick. Unfortunately, they lost the dragon and a death, but you know, could have gotten the dragon. If you walked away, you definitely get nothing. All right, so now we're gonna have another shift of momentum, slightly back into HLE's favor. However, the gold lead is still not changed much. That was a great stun ult. They couldn't even get in there to do much. Luckily, Doran got out. So it looks like Rift Herald's going to be the next target. They should definitely try to stop that. They need that advantage, and they need to stop the momentum. Sometimes that's more important. Maybe you don't need the Rift Herald. Maybe it's not that important. But not letting them have it is more important than having it. You know? because they're already on a momentum high. Giving them another anything to add to that, whether, you know, this taking a turret right here. Again, turrets are a lot less, but that's little tick, boom. Some of that dragon energy is gone. All this time going by, that energy from that play slowly starting to fade. They're looking to keep it alive. Let's get a ward, boom, 1/4%. Let's get some minions, boom, 1/10%. You know, let's find a ward and kill it, 1%. You know, but you need more than that. You need plays. You need to look for stuff, and they're not quite finding it. And they actually might get reversed on here. Nope, Vi was not able to secure. And it looks like we're just going to do a little bit of lane pushing, posturing around the bottom lane. We've got Zaya Rakan and Sejuani in the river, matched up with Thresh, Aphelios, and the Vi. But we're getting a little loose and spreading out. Going back to some basics for the time being. That Rift Herald is going to get used at some point here. Oh, but Peanut is getting caught out just a little bit. A big ult in, but the Thresh might be enough, and he tries to pull it in, but it's close enough, but Peanut is just going to get killed even more by that. I probably wouldn't have done the hook unless you saw somebody go in on Peanut deeper for the, like, definite kill. Unfortunately, he's going to be down and have just barely enough time to get that Rift Herald spawned in a location before it goes away. And now Doran might get caught on a pick out here, but I think he's going to be okay. We got a teleport coming in from Zeka, looking to possibly ult. No, and he's just going to maybe get hooked and killed off of that, but the ult does land on the Thresh. That's not going to be good enough. Oh, this is looking really bad for HLE. GenG is looking strong, but then, oh my gosh, the Zaya is powerful, but she's looking really weak, and Doran comes in for a kill. Chovy's turning around onto Clid, and he's going to probably get a stun off here if he can land a hook, and he does get a flay. Stun kill. Doran wants a little bit of deeper power in action, but he's not going to get it. They are going to take this turret, though, off that play. Oh, LeBlanc's going in further, and this is what I mean. Running off the energy, using every bit, pushing it to the extreme is what they're doing. It took them 1 second, one play, one moment to take everything HLE earned in the course of this game and eliminate it. And GenG is now considered the dominant force in this moment, in this game, and there's nothing HLE can do about it until they make another play. They're down 5,000 gold after that play. So let's take a look at it again. Start off great. Stun by Clid. Jump in by Gnar. We got a push back by Thresh. A hook. It's okay. We still kill Peanut. Back off and take the win. Then you got Greedy. Gragas said, no, I'm going to come in. I don't know why the ult didn't come out there. You guys hit early. Maybe we kill the Thresh. I'll get a little protection. Oh, well, that's a lot of damage. Don't worry. Zaya's got a lot of damage. I'll kill the Thresh. It's just a Thresh, and now our ADC's down. And here comes every bit of strength left on their team. ADC, mid laner, top laner, kills the jungler. And lucky Kingen and Life get away because Chovy had death in his eyes after that fight. So, HLE, you got to get out of this position and get back into the game, because you look at the gold leads. Even when they do well, they barely take the lead. The gold is literally the opposite of what I've been talking about when it comes to the unspoken variable of energy in the team, but obviously it's a factor in terms of what you're able to do with that energy. If your character only has 100 attack damage and they have 200 attack damage, it doesn't really matter how energy you get. You're not going to do much. And that force gets weaker and weaker the bigger and bigger the gap is. Once the game gets further along, that's when the energy comes back into play. When, oh, it's, 20 kills to 5, but it's 35 minutes. We all got decent enough items to make a play happen. But at this moment right now, we are looking at a nearly 5,000 gold lead over to GenG, 4,500 if you will, and no deaths on the mid laner or the ADC. CS leads every lane except for top, and nope, nothing to be made of that play there. But Baron is now up. Dragon won't be up for another 5 minutes, but GenG is leading with 2, and they'll get another Chem Tech if they get that. Giving them more tenacity and heal and shield power is actually probably really bad for HLE because they have a lot of that already, and that benefits them greatly. So increasing it is definitely worrisome. So they're going to need to worry about that dragon. I don't think anyone's going to start the Baron. They're a little too weak to take it down quick enough, and I don't think anybody wants to... Ooh, and I spoke too soon. GenG says we are strong enough, or they are pulling a bait, and they're saying, come get us. We're going to take the Baron. If you don't come get us, we will get the Baron, but it's going to take long enough. You can come here. You could definitely make it here. And they're trying to pull the bluff, but they don't buy it. Peanut really wanted to do Baron. He's like, no, I actually want to do Baron, guys. He's looking for a possible play. We got Chovy doing some damage onto Gragas. Peanut wants to do a little Q ultimate. And they're going to back off the Baron for now. Doran's going to hold that bottom turret. Nothing going to go on at the moment. But Rakan and Gragas are going to go peep the Baron pit, throw a ward in there, try to get their vision back up, possibly prepare for another one. Vi is getting awfully close to engage, but she's just there taking out wards. Gragas sees her. And the pink ward is quickly dispatched by Vi. She's sitting very aggressively in their jungle, tracking all 3 of them, allowing the other 4 of her teammates to push the entire bottom half of the map up. Cassante, LeBlanc, Thresh, and Aphelios have pushed mid and bot all the way up into straight almost inside the base. And LeBlanc's going in for heavy damage onto King, and there goes a turret. That's easy. And now they're going to push mid and maybe over to Baron. Possibly straight to Baron. Now they're going to need to settle the momentum in mid so they can try to lead into Baron early. Peanut is so aggressive this game, and he's just willing to take face checks. There goes the turret easy, and that's going to be a walk to Baron. But they are definitely going to meet him there for a confrontation. Question only remains is who is going to come out on top. No, they're not going to start the Baron yet. They're going to keep their wits about them, grab a little last gold and itemization they can, and probably meet at the Baron in about 15 to 20 seconds here.
If we get to like supreme late game, I think the Hot Life composition can always get it done. We know Viper with an AD carry with as much team fighting power as this is incredible, but I think they're going to lose the game because on this spike. Because right now we have a Cleaver for Peanut, who isn't the main point, but at least he gets a second item. Has had a rough game here, but most notably Chovy. I don't know how much gold he's sitting on, but he's been sitting on these double rods for a fair amount of time.
Chovy has just been killing it this game. His motions, his tracking, his ability, his timing. He clearly likes playing LeBlanc. Although, sad to see no skin choice with him. Although I haven't seen LeBlanc's base skin in a long time. It does look nice. I assume that's the base skin. It might be like some spectral skin, actually. I can't. No, actually, I think it is a skin. Oh, they almost jumping on him, but he's alright. Oh, and then Peanut says, I'll go in on somebody. 3 men are there to deal with it, and that's it. That's over. Not quite get the hook. That's a free kill over to GenG. Pressure and momentum on their favor. Bottom lane pushing, mid lane pushing. Baron is available. Doran says, I'll take you under turret. No big deal. Nars trying to keep him off of it, but Doran's pulls him over to the teammates, and the hook by the Thresh is amazing. The flay almost went back over the wall. It's not quite enough, but Doran should be able to get him, and they do with the Aphelios. That's looking pretty bad. This is a 3v5 right now as the teleport lands. The turret's going down. The inhib is next. The bottom inhib is next. Both possibly going down. Here comes Chovy in for some damage. Gets himself out quickly. Turret in the bot lane down. Inhib in the mid lane down. GenG is looking strong, powerful, getting a lot out of this. They all should just run right to Baron. Recall straight to Baron. Take everything you can. Secure this series right now. This is your chance. If you falter, oh, Chovy wants to even put a little more pain in their hearts. If you falter here, it means everything. HLE isn't been the best, but they can pick up on a turn. If they turn and they get a reward off of it, they're going to use that. You use it better, GenG, but doesn't mean they won't use it. So Vi's going to get off the dragon and go up to Baron. Just want to lose that. Doran's there to stop it early, but they are starting it. Doran's tanky right now. He's not taking much damage, so he's backing up. Moving in. His Pays is too far in. He's going to get taken down early, but then he's backing up. He's just alive, but then he's taken out. I think it's long enough for GenG to get in there to do some big damage. I think it is. Kasante's going in. He's taking all the damage. Vi's ready to do some damage. Here comes Thresh throwing the ult out. Flay and the hook. Is Vi going to finish him off? No. Yes. LeBlanc, can you get life? And that's a cleanup by GenG. The Rakan might get away, but it means nothing. That is... Oh, and there it is. Finish him off. It's almost like he gave that to him. Oh, not quite, but there it is, of course. LeBlanc can go over a wall, too. And they're not even going to go Baron. They're just going to probably end the game right there and finish this series 27 minutes in. I can't tell you what amazing experience this has been. Thank you anybody who had watched, joined, came by. I can't say that I'm not happy it's over though, because wow, this position, this profession takes a lot more talent than it can. And now Viper's coming in and trying to get a little bit of kill, but it's just not going to matter. They're there, they're ready, they're 2-3 hits away on the Nexus. It's over. Wow, what a game, what a play to finish it off. I'm happy to see GenG win, but HLE did not disappoint in the last 2 games there. They started off giving me doubts about their entire team, but after seeing those last 2 games, I give them enough credit to say they belong in the LCK, of course, and they belong as a contender. But glad to see GenG win. They did some good work there. Once again, thank you anybody who watched and come by or watch the video later. I will edit this video. I will put it on YouTube. Please check out Two Greek Casting on YouTube, Two Greek Casting on Twitch. I will make a channel just for that. Right now, this is my private channel, mostly for gaming, but I wanted to go ahead and get started on some of this. So hopefully this gets some people interested. Please follow me on any socials that I have posted. I don't have many, but message me, comment on the video, let me know what you think. Wow, what a game to do. I felt great casting it. I'm sure I made a lot of mistakes. I know I called out the wrong team comp a couple times, did some things here and there, but thank you for sticking with me and having a great time watching League of Legends. So with that, I think I will end the stream. I will do the video editing and post that no later than Monday. Monday night would be the latest. I'll have this video up edited on YouTube on the Two Greek Casting channel. I'll also edit it and highlight it from Twitch and have another video on Twitch with the edited version of this video. And I'm hoping to continue doing more this season, but with the amount of energy this took out of me, I might need a little more practice before I'm able to do another 4 to 5 game series. Maybe it's just this late too. You know, I'm here in Seattle, Washington, North America. It's 2:30 in the morning. I typically work from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I'm a little tired, but this has been a great experience. Once again, thank you, everybody. Please follow the channel. Get anybody else interested that you think would be fun to be part of this crew, be part of the Two Greek Casting empire, and have a good night.